Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. Today we're going to build the Neo Zeong SD Gundam kit. Really wanted to get the Gundam Converge version, but it's a lot more money and this is a lot cheaper. So as you can see, big nice kit. Includes the basic Sinanju, which I've already built at home, like when it came out many years ago. But as you can see, with the Neo Zeong and its extra plethora of thruster hands, I'm more than happy to put it together. So let's take a look inside. Sinanju screws, gun screws, Neo Zeong's body, stuff, big parts, lots of option parts, inner parts, and a stand, thankfully. And finally, the instructions. I have a feeling we're going to have to do a lot of painting on this to get it to look as nice as it does on the photographs, but that's okay. Color instructions are always nice to see, at least one side. Oh, we're not doing a booklet. We're going to do the big, giant, fold-out poster. Okay, God. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to start with the Sinanju again. Been there, done that, but why not? I guess this one's a little different because it does have a lot more weapons with it than I remember coming with the initial release. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, time to build. Here we have all the parts for the head. We have the inner mechanisms right here with two polycaps, and then the actual mono eye, which is going to need a sticker on top of that. But the idea is that everything is going to go sit on this part, and then you're going to actually be able to rotate the eye in different directions. We also have the outside armor parts right here, and then the tubing that goes on the bottom of the head as well. We're going to put that together, and we're going to stick all the decals on. And there we have the head. Nice overall detailing, especially compared to some of the other versions of this model that I've built multiples of at this point. Next, let's move on to the body and its multitude of stickers. Here we have the upper part of the torso. I took the liberty of already putting a couple of the decal stickers on because I know what a pain it is, and there are tons of them. So we're going to get that started. Pretty simple construction. A lot of polycaps in here in the joints. We're going to go ahead and put that together. And then here is the lower half of the torso. Basically, we already put the two polycaps on there for the hips. And these all slide on, and then there are a ton of stickers on there as well. So we're going to get that all finished up, and we'll put it all together. And here we are so far with all of those decals, stickers added on. They weren't anywhere near as bad as the master grade version, which is, I think, the first Sinanju that ever came out and that I built. So far, so good. Time to move on to the arms. And what the heck, we'll do the legs while we're at it too. Here we have the arms, we have the hands, two-part for the forearm, we have a polycap in there at the shoulder, and then the binders that go inside of the shoulder pads, which all attach. There's going to be a lot of stickers involved here, and we're going to put that all together, and then it's on to the legs. And here we have the parts to build the legs. So you have a simple two-part leg. You have a polycap to attach for the foot, which is just a covering and foot itself, and that's about it. Nowhere near as complicated as the newer stuff. Let's put all that together, put the stickers on, and we'll see how that looks. Here we got the finished hands. Stickers attached. I don't like the weird kind of handguard being another shiny color sticker, but you know, it is what it is. It seems we've kind of moved away from that with the newer stuff. And here we have the legs. One interesting thing about the stickers is they actually did both the inside and the outside. Usually they just like to put stickers on the outside, but they gave parts, stickers for both, which was kind of a nice plus. And I remember doing that on the actual master grade Sinanju, so once was enough for me. Except I think I painted mine. So let's put all the parts together and see how our model is looking. Alright, so we got our basic Sinanju done so far, at least the main body. Obviously, we need to finish up his binders. Just to give you a quick view, so here is our cross silhouette Great Mazinger, and he's almost the same size. So that was kind of surprising. I don't remember the Sinanju being this large. I do remember having to complain about the size of the arms. I thought they looked a little small on it compared to the overall proportions of the body. Let's get those thrusters and binders built, and then it is time to start, finally, on the Neo Zeong parts, I believe. And here we have all of the parts for the thrusters. We have the inner frame parts, the dark grays. We have the upper covering, the lower covering, and then the propellant tanks as well as their polycaps. Pretty simple build. Let's put it all together. And then it's time to move on to all the gubbins and goodies that the Sinanju comes with. And there's quite a lot here. Plus, got to put all the stickers on the shield. Alright, so you can see now we have the thrusters attached. Nice and simple. Of course, we're probably going to have to unattach them. And then we have all of the gear that goes with the Sinanju. My terrible job of putting the stickers on the shield. We're going to keep that as out of sight as possible. The two beam sabers and the naginata clip that attaches the two of them together. You have a 3-part gun with the pull-out trigger. You have the grenade launcher. You have the bazooka, which is a new part for the Sinanju, and it actually has a set of 2 different optional armaments, the traditional bazooka, or if you want to go with the multi-launcher. I believe that's what that's supposed to be. Alright, we're going to put that all together, and then outside of the stand, the Sinanju is finished, and then it is time to finally build the Neo Zeong parts. So to begin building the Neo Zeong, we're going to start with the lower frame, which is actually where we're going to attach the Sinanju. We're going to have to remove the propellant tanks on the bottom, the white things there, and then we're going to attach everything and have our Sinanju sit right in the bottom so we can build up the armor around it. So at this point, it's time to actually use the stand. Whoa! So you can see we've got the thrusters down there. We removed the propellant tanks for the time being, and what's interesting is the Sinanju actually plugs in. There's that little hole in one of the polycaps, and it just sits on top of that, and you do need to make sure that the feet stay in the ride at all times. So we've got the bulk of the body started. You'll ignore my sucky sticker application, and we're going to continue from there and build up the front of the armor. So the front armor basically consists of 2 parts, but it's going to have about 7 stickers on here for all the various thrusters. So we're going to stick those on right now. And here's our finished armor with all the stickers on it. Basically, it's just the mega thruster, or mega particle cannon, I should say. And then it's just going to clip on right there. Next up, time for the giant arms. So you can see here all the parts. These are just the shoulder pads themselves. We have 2 main components, the inside thrusters, outside thrusters, and a single tiny little polycap to keep it all together. We're going to put these together, and then it's time to add even more thrusters, and then we'll build the actual hands, and we'll see how this all looks on the body that barely even fits on the screen at the moment. So you can see we've got the shoulders all locked in, which is kind of nice. They actually, take these off for a sec. They kind of have little guideposts to attach them, and then they also plug into this special backpack when he is in Neo Zeong mode. So, we're getting there. Next thing, time for all the crazy thrusters. So the main arms consist of these 2 pieces, which are going to be the supports. We have polycaps at both ends. We have the large forearms, and then in perfect Neo Zeong fashion, gun fingers. Let's put these all together. So here we have the finished gun hands, good posability, good movement, but most importantly, we need to put it on the body, don't we? Progress creeps along. We've got our hands on there. Pretty decent posability, other than the fact that they're just kind of, they are big and heavy, and they have just the one single polycap holding them on, so that does get me a little worried. And now, as I said, it's time for all of the thruster parts as he wiggles and jiggles all over his stand there. Alright, we got our thrusters done. Each thruster actually consists of about 4 parts. You have the gun finger thrusters on the inside that get stored with a plastic wee polycap to hold them in. You have the appendage arm that's going to get attached, and then the big block here. Anyway, let's stop talking. Let's put them on. There's 4 of them. They're all the same. And we got all of the thrusters attached, which isn't very exciting because who wants a bunch of boring thrusters? We need to put it in hand mode, don't we? Yes, we do. Now that is more like it. You can see all of his guns extended. We'll put the halos on later. But to me, that's just about as much fun as you can have. And here we have our cross silhouette Great Mazinga next to it. You can see this is quite a big model, and I'm happy with the fact that I got it for a very good price. I'll put a Space Marine here, just to give you a sense of scale. Oh yeah, you're a tiny little man, hanging between his legs. So yeah. Finally, we have the halos. So we have the main one that attaches to the back, and then we have the top one that actually uses the grenade launcher to attach with the shield. So I'll put those both on in just a moment here. Sadly, my halos don't want to stay on, and that's mostly just because you're supposed to do it when he's in thruster mode, but I don't really care. Overall, I'm quite happy with it, and I'm quite happy they were able to replicate his multi-gun hand mode as well. Considering I got the model for about 1,300 yen, which is quite cheap. I want to say the Sinanju itself is about 1,000 or so. I can't complain about the price, but I think overall you get the basic full Sinanju kit, and you get all of the stuff to make the Neo Zeong, and I'm quite happy with the fact that they didn't chintz out and make it super, super simple like I've seen them do in the past. Overall, I'm very happy with this kit, and I am looking forward to bringing it home with me and having it on display with all of its hands out, because I can absolutely guarantee that's what it's going to be looking like. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, and thanks for watching. Check out some of the other stuff I got on the channel, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.